Hi, Jason. Apologies if this has been asked before, but just wanted to ask you a few things. Number one, about the batting. We saw that today, I'm not going to be asking specifically about today, the collapse in the middle order, but we have seen that Kingsmen, batsmen, or a batting unit as together has not clicked. It has been based on, the batting has been based on individual performances. So, what was the reason because of which for the last 12, 13 matches, you guys have not been able to click as a batting unit? Secondly, I wanted to ask about the fast bowlers. When this squad was put together, your fast bowling unit seemed light on experience, but it has proven to be the best fast bowling unit of this season. So can you tell us about that, how that transformation happened?
Yeah, so I'll start off your first part about the batting unit. I would argue that between overs 7 and 14, we were one of the better teams in the competition. The statistics actually show that. So our middle overs batting, particularly the second half of the middle overs, probably between 10 and 14, we were one of the leading teams in the competition. So I'm not quite sure where you think we did click as a batting unit. What we did show at times was a bit of inconsistency with our batting, but one or two players invariably stood up. But when that didn't happen, we had stinkers, and we had a few low scores. But I think as the tournament went on, the lads grew and understood what their roles were. I'm not sure if our batting order was the same, exact same each and every game. We had a real focus of our top five. We were going left and right-handers, particularly if opposition had spinners, it was spinning them both ways. So we had the guys, for instance, if Maz got out, then Simon would come in. 3, but if Marnus got out, then Usman would go in, just to keep that left-right combination going. So that was the strategy there with our batting. We were really comfortable with that. The players were really on board with that. But yeah, we just, at times we probably just needed a few more contributors at times, but as I said, everyone played an important role. Everyone made a significant contribution. All our batters at some point in the tournament made a significant contribution, so at least once. So I'm really pleased about that. Our fast bowling unit, again, we made some adjustments partway through the tournament. Particularly when obviously Glenn Maxwell arrived, we had to tweak out, because you can only play a certain number of overseas players, and so our conversations were always, how do we structure up with these players in these positions? And Mo Ali and Hunain Shah we got them in, and they were bowling very well. We pivoted between the third seamer a little bit, between Akif and Asif, and that was conditions based. We tended to, if the faster bouncier wickets, we'd bowl Akif, but if it was a little bit lower and slower, like it was in Karachi a little bit, we'd go with Asif, and he gave us a little bit more depth with the batting as well. So, but overall, it shows how well these guys bowled, and we're keeping Riley Meredith was kept out of the team, who's a very fine international T20 bowler. That just goes to show how effective our local seamers were, and I can't speak highly enough of them. When we had the draft or the auction, we were very keen to secure those guys, and we managed to get them, which was great. They were high on our list, and they delivered as I expected them to. I think they're fine bowlers and did a wonderful job. They each contributed in their own way and in certain times. And T20 is the nature of the game. You can miss sometimes and have a not so good day with the ball and with the bat. That's the nature of the game. But over the course of the season, things tend to even out. And I think our bowlers, I thought, were absolutely brilliant.